Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, the Stony Frenzies Detailing channel. And we've got this stonker of a product. It's called Collinite BeadCoat. It's bloody expensive, but it's stonking on the panel and it's going to be really sweet. We're going to check it out. We're going to do chemical resistance, field channel, all that stuff today. And what happened to my Porsche?
Hello and welcome to our second ranked review, this time featuring Collinite BeadCoat. Big thank you to John from Forensics for stopping by. He was super happy about that. But that's one of the videos I think that we all can agree with is why this product became popular. And you know, honestly, for good reason. And we'll get into the results after we look at the application, chemical resistance, and fill. But you know, I'm pretty impressed with this, but there's a couple things that, a couple areas where it does fall a little short, but we'll get into that when we get into the results. So I'm not going to sit here and yammer on too long. We'll just get right into it, starting with application on the door. Then we'll go to gloss and fill or chemical resistance, whichever I feel like. Okay. All right. Collinite BeadCoat. Same thing. Temperatures about 20 degrees, 47% humidity. One into the cloth. See how she goes. Another nice smelling product. I need a bit more. I don't think this one's that brutal to apply. Well, I can confirm that right now. It is not brutal to apply. Not grippy under the towel. It's just nice, easy. It's already evaporated. There's like no hazing traces whatsoever. Easy use is good. Again, there's slicker products, but for the durability that this can offer, claims to, has been professed to offer. Yeah, that was undramatic at all. That was easy peasy. Yeah, I see no hazing. I see no ghost lines or any of that cloudiness. Looks great. Felt great. It's a nice faint smell. It's a nice smell. Rock on. Good stuff. Okay, it is time for the gloss and fill panel for Collinite. So you've got Collinite applied here, 14.7 degrees Celsius, 35% humidity on January 25th. So just so you know, all of the gloss and fill panels were applied on January 25th, and it is currently February 2nd. So that is at least 1 week. You don't need that much for gloss and fill, but that's what we've got here. So up here is untreated. Down here is where we've applied. These swirling treatments are not equal. Like, I use the same materials and methods, but I'm not always going to get the exact same result. So they're not comparable side to side. They are comparable this way and to the clean area right in the middle. So I'm going to pull the tape off and then we'll have a look. So, as you can see, zoom in a smidge more, it is a little better. Naked eye wise, I don't think this side is swirled as bad as the other side, but just trying to see if I can grab it. It's more intensity. It's darkened it, for sure. It is darker. But it's not nearly as good as the other side. I know they're not comparable, but it's not as drastic, and this side just looks closer to its swirly parts than the other side did. The BeadCoat Infinity, that one filled more. So yeah, not a bad showing by any stretch of the means, but let me turn this light off, see if that helps. Yeah, it's It's definitely helped, but it is not a massive change. And again, you can see it yourselves comparatively to new. Helped a bit, but not nearly as much as you could get from some products. Again, there's compromises when it comes to filling. From what I've heard from people is that application gets harder if the product does more filling in a spray format at least. So this application on this isn't that bad, as we saw. So there is a trade-off sometimes that you have to make. So yeah, overall, I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Looks good, but it's not, don't buy it to fill. That's not what it's gonna do the best at. So you've seen the chemical resistance, seen the gloss and fill, seen the application. Application's great. Go through my notes. It's not a thick or a thin liquid. It's it's in the middle there. It's easy to spread. It flashes really quickly, which is really nice. This was done at 20 degrees Celsius, just so in case you wanted to know, for the door. There's minimal buffing required, and it's decently slick. Again, not crazy slick, but not bad. It is slick to the finish, and it has a nice minimal smell. So that's as far as using this, you can't ask for too much more. If you're after crazy slickness, then yeah, you're going to go for something that features slickness, which then hurts it in other areas. I think when you compromise making these products, you want them to be hyper slick. There's trade-offs. So it's a good balance. As for application, I wouldn't necessarily change a thing. It's not hard to use. Application score got hurt though because it can't get wet for 24 hours, which is a little annoying for a spray type product. Even coatings these days don't need that. So whether or not that make or breaks it, or it just hurts it or reduces it, I don't know, but disappointing for a spray to need 24 hours of wet water-free time. And that's what brought down the application score. So scoring wise, there are a couple things that did hurt it for an overall good result. Price is a 6 out of 10. It is $32.99 from Carzilla, which is where I bought this. You got to factor in shipping on top. And for 500 mils, it would be $35 for 500 mils if you wanted to do the math, which gets it a 6 out of 10. Now, this is more expensive than Infinity, but they have the same price score because this performs better in a lot of other areas. For the price, this is a better product. I would pay this price to use this product over their product. As you saw, chemical resistance wise, this was great. It did a good job. Its biggest letdown is filling and jetting. It's not a crazy filler or jetter. And from what I've been told by some people is that if you make a product that fills really well, its application is hard. So the trade-offs, right? You got to make trade-offs everywhere. So slickness is a 7 out of 10 and application is a 7 out of 10. Again, it would have been an 8 for application had it not been for the 24-hour cure. I account that into application. So that's where it's hurting it. 8 out of 10 for hydrophobics, 8 out of 10 for chemical resistance. They're both very good. But, that 10 out of 10, I have to reserve it for something hyper special. Otherwise, you're giving 10s out all the time. Getting a perfect score is going to be hard. I'm not making it easy. So filling and jetting is 4 out of 10. It darkens it. It's not a fill monster. So if you're looking to spruce up looks with a quick, easy spray, there is better options out there. And for the price as well, it hurts it more. So I wouldn't use it for that. Bottle and trigger, 2 out of 2. It didn't leak. It's quality. It's nothing's broken. It survived shipping and nothing leaks when I shook it. Label's a 1 out of 2 because they talk about going through the directions for pad or towel use, but they only tell you the pad use. So there's lots of information. They do tell you to go to the website for additional tips and tricks, but there's room, I think they could have summed things up a little quicker. Everyone's used to applying stuff with a pad, but most people buy a spray to use the towel. I would have put the towel instructions on the bottle and put the pad instructions on the website. But the pad instructions also want you to use quite a lot of product, like multiple sprays on the panel and sprays into the pad. So maybe that's just for the first step to prime. Again, they don't really go into it. So yeah, but they want a 24-hour cure, which is, a little much for a spray, but yeah, so that's why it gets a 1 out of 2. I think they should have put the towel use instructions on the bottle instead of the pad because most people do that way. That gives us a total of 43 out of 64, which is, hey, first place. I don't know how long it'll be there. I do Detail Co. wasn't going to stay there, but this is now in first place. And every video, it might just skip first place to the next, to the next, to the next. So we'll see. There's 2 more products that still have to go through the gauntlet. They're applied and everything. I got to either do it tonight or do it another day, but we'll space these things out a little bit. So that's where we're at. A good showing, a good product. I do recommend it. It is a lit spendy. And it has a higher consumption rate on the bottle. I don't think you need to go that crazy. The towel with one spray or 2 sprays for a panel work just fine. So I wouldn't go crazy with the pad. It just seems like a good way to waste product. But I do like it. It smells nice. It's easy to apply. It's got good hydrophobics, chemical resistance. Real World will be coming up probably in spring. I'm going to wait till springtime, and we'll be throwing a whole bunch of these onto the hood and doing a real battle royale sort of thing. So that's where we're going with that. So far, so good. We'll see the rest in the future. Thank you again for watching. See you in the next one.